Nithyananda, everybody. I'm back once again. And actually, I decided that I will expand on the Living Enlightenment verse that opened up yesterday. So, for those of you who are new, who don't know me, or haven't seen me live, I have been sharing about, I've been sharing on various different topics. But yesterday I shared from the Living Enlightenment book. And I'll just show you very quickly what the book looks like if you haven't seen it before. This is the Living Enlightenment book. And yesterday I shared a particular a particular paragraph from page 361. So it's not a verse, it's a paragraph. So let me become present and available on Facebook properly. So this book was written by His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, who is my guru, and I'm going to reread the actual paragraph. Yesterday I was in a bit of a rush because I was conducting the Kalpataru yoga program for Europe and Africa, and I hadn't decided whether I was going to expand on the paragraph or not. But just now, before I came on live, what do I want to share? And I felt, yes, I want to share and expand on this particular paragraph. Okay, so page 361 is what opened up yesterday. And it was, intelligence is not the experience, but the lessons learned from experience. Okay, so the first sentence is, intelligence is not to do with the information that you have or receive. So oftentimes in society, you're considered intelligent if you can retain information and recall it or remember it. And if you can memorize, remember it, and regurgitate it, that's the right word, then you're intelligent, apparently. So that's how we're measured in society. So that's how schooling is, isn't it? Schooling is, I remember I grew up in India, I was born in India, I was brought up in India. And for me, school was quite tricky because I like to experience things, and in India we had to. The word was even called mug up, which was to literally read, remember, and then repeat like a parrot. So intelligence is not to do with the information that you have or receive. That is only intellect. In other words, intelligence is not the totality of your experiences, but the lessons learned from those experiences. Understanding happens only when you are open and spontaneous without prejudice. So the component, which is for information, knowledge, to become experience, to go deeper into ourselves, so it flowers as our own. So inside me, when there is a truth, for instance, when Swamiji shares a truth, I actually sit and contemplate on it, and then after a while have an experience. So, for instance, Nirahara Samyama, we can live without food. Okay, this is what Bhagwan has been sharing, that you can live on prana, because we have had many births, and one of them, is highly likely we've been a tree, and tree receives a lot of its nourishment from the air, from prana. So now this has become experience for me, because since February, most of the days I am on liquids mainly, and very few liquids at that too during the day. So 6 days of the week I'm on liquids, and 1 day on Sunday, which is today, I allow myself some solid food as a celebration. So it's interesting. This has been going on since February. So February, when Swamiji had declared that everybody can join Nirahara Samyama, I joined 2nd level and 3rd level, finished it, had some solid food for 8 days, and I thought, why am I doing this to myself? Because I actually prefer to feel light and without food, like too much food in my stomach or in my system. So that's an example of how something that is a truth has become experience, and now it's an experiential understanding inside of myself. So when we are open, only if we are open, if we have prejudices, oh, this isn't going to work, no, this is not true, that's too much, that's a lie, etc., etc. If you're going to have prejudices, then we are certainly close to the possibility of an experience happening in us. Yes. So one thing is the expansion that I'm, continuing in this paragraph is one is information. Retaining information is not intelligence, is intellect. And two, being open and without prejudice keeps us in the possibility of having an experience which can therefore become understanding in us. If you are open, then the complete understanding penetrates you and you become intelligent. For example, a person touches a burning matchstick and learns that it burns. Next, the person touches a gas flame and learns that it burns too. Next, he touches a blazing fire and finds that it also burns. If that person waits for learning this way from experience, it will take him ages to learn the lesson that fire burns. And when he finally learns, it will be time for him to go to the burning cremation grounds. The intelligent person figures after touching the first fire of the matchstick that any type of fire burns. But the even more intelligent person does not even wait to touch the fire of the matchstick. He learns even when he sees another person touching it. Okay, so one thing is learning from our mistakes. The other is to figure it out quite quickly that the nature of some things is going to be the same. And then the other is to learn from watching other people. And I'm not necessarily saying you shouldn't get involved, but sometimes we see other people making mistakes and learning from that. That is more intelligent. This is the expansion that I wanted to share. I contemplated on what I wanted to do today. And I'm just saying hi to everybody that is watching me live. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for intently listening. If you have something that can add to my understanding, please share. And if you would like to ask any questions also, please share. I'll be uploading the video on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. So please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'm looking forward to make more videos. See you, Nithyananda.